To whom it may concern. I'm writing to complain about the suspicious and offensive behaviour of my next-door neighbour, Nick. Now, I'm not usually one to complain, least of all to the police, but recent events have driven me to extreme measures. My mum and I recently moved here from Manchester. I got a new job, and now she's retired, Mum wanted to move somewhere scenic, idyllic, to live out her golden years. But thanks to Nick, our neighbour from hell, our life here has been anything but idyllic. Look, don't get me wrong, the neighbourhood's beautiful. But Nick, well, yeah, how can I describe him? Loud, disruptive, antisocial, and all round a bit of a dick. Let me explain. Now, I like to think of myself as a pretty reasonable person, and on the outside, Nick seems like a pretty nice guy too. Cheerful, generous. Well, I've heard some people call him a saint, so he must be pretty popular. But here's the creepy thing. All the locals know him by different names. Nick, Chris, Noel. So, here's what I suspect. Either he's some sort of super spy, or, my personal favourite, he's a con on the run. He's got this great big bushy beard. You know, the beard's a fake, a cunning ruse, and I strongly suspect he is running some kind of illegal sweatshop. Seriously, I've seen them. Hundreds of them. People dressed up like candy canes and given disturbing, kinky names like Bushy Evergreen and Alabaster Snowball. And he keeps them locked up in his shed, building things and packing boxes. Boxes of what? I couldn't say. My guess is drugs. It's always drugs. It'd certainly explain Nick's never-ending cheer. And the noise. They're constantly making these noises, hammering, sawing, drilling. It's driving us mad. I went over there and I said, "Look, Nick, can't you do something about the noise?" And he just said, "We're getting ready." I said, "Ready? For what?" And he said, "For the most wonderful time of year." Then, out of nowhere, he comes out with, "I've got a list." "A list?" I said. "Of what?" "I mean, of what? A shopping list? A hit list?" He said, "I've got a list, and I'm checking it twice." Yeah, I really think this guy ought to be on some kind of list himself. And if you don't think that's creepy enough, how about the fact that he repeatedly insults my mum outside, in broad daylight, in front of everyone? All she does is say, "Good morning, Nick," or "Nice weather, Nick," and he calls her a hoe 3 times. That is harassment, and I'll not stand for it. And then there's the issue of his pets. He lets them blunder willy-nilly all around the neighbourhood. And yet, perhaps it wouldn't matter so much if they were hamsters or rabbits or even gerbils. But reindeer, the ones he calls Dasher and Comet, are always racing round the neighbourhood, knocking over bins and sending old ladies flying. That is delinquency and should be followed up with a civil injunction. And as for that frisky girl Cupid, will she ever stop kissing people? A, that is further harassment. And B, we are just out of a global pandemic. I am positive she is a super spreader. One of the other reindeer has already got a red nose. Someone seriously needs to quarantine them before the whole of Lapland's infected. I've sent a copy of this letter to both you and the Lapland Regional Council in the hopes that someone will get this maniac under control. Oh, and FYI, he keeps a whopping great sleigh on the roof, just in case he tries to make a run for it. Yeah, he insists that his reindeer are going to carry both him and his sleigh all the way round the world, the barnpot. Oh, and he also has an unhealthy obsession with breaking into people's houses. Yeah, no, not to steal things. No, he says he likes to leave things there. My guess is drugs, so I really can't stress enough. Get onto him ASAP. Christmas comes around pretty quick, and the last thing we need to finish off 2025 is a loud-mouthed, insult-hurling, reindeer-raising, drug-toting lunatic spreading illegal cheer. Please forgive my frustration. This is my last attempt at a resolution against this nut job, and no one seems to be listening. Yours sincerely, Elise Navidad.